to Bharatiya Kala Samskriti's 5th annual cultural event. Similar to last year, due to COVID-19 restrictions, we are continuing the celebration in the digital platform. Bharatiya Kala Samskriti, established in 2016, is a non-profit organization working to promote Indian arts and culture by providing a platform for young talent by conducting music and dance recitals, workshops and lecture demonstrations. Bharatiya Kala Samskriti also sponsors scholarships to talented and deserving students who excel in various Indian art forms. Bharatiya Kala Samskriti also promotes the divine language of Sanskritam in oral and written forms by conducting interactive Sanskritam classes through the Kalashala, which is currently in a virtual mode. Students of our Kalashala and of the gurus associated with Bharatiya Kala Samskriti will be exhibiting a bouquet of talents in music, dance and cultural heritage of Sanskritam language. This year, we have chosen the concept of numbers for our cultural event. Mathematics is one subject that stands above cultural, political, religious and racial differences. The magic of numbers has been captured by people of different culture and regions in multiple ways. Indians have attributed significance to numbers from the very ancient times. Our surviving Sanskrit texts reveal a rich tradition of Indian mathematical discoveries lasting more than 2,500 years. It is believed that the method of expressing every number with a set of 10 symbols emerged in India. Interesting, isn't it? Ancient Indians used numbers in religious ceremonies and rituals as symbols of divinities and their energies. In this year's event, presented as a series of performances, each guru will present the significance of a number from 1 to 12 in our culture. Your presence and blessings are much appreciated by our family of gurus, parents, participants and well-wishers in this journey of exploring Indian art forms. Please subscribe and tune in to our YouTube channel and join us in this celebration. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you all very much for joining us this year in our annual cultural event to mark the completion of 5 years since Bharatiya Kala Samskriti has been established. It has been a year and a half since the pandemic has hit us, but as you will see, it did not stop our gurus and their students in their journey of learning and enjoying the Indian art forms. For this year's annual cultural event, we have chosen the number concept. As Rani has mentioned, since the time of our ancestors, numbers always had significance in our Indian culture. Music and dance gurus associated with Bharatiya Kala Samskriti have come forward to present the significance of each of these numbers from 1 to 12 very creatively. I am humbled to present to you all their performances on these number concepts as per our Indian culture. Kindly encourage this effort of our gurus and their students by watching their performances and blessing the young artists. On behalf of Bharatiya Kala Samskriti, I would like to thank all the gurus, their participating students and their families, without the support of which this event would not have been possible. I would also like to thank Srimati Rani Ramayar for her introduction about Bharatiya Kala Samskriti and Srimati Uma Gopal Batina for introducing the gurus this year. I would also like to thank Kannan and Shobha for their continued support during the planning phase of all Bharatiya Kala Samskriti's cultural events. I would like to acknowledge my deepest gratitude to the well-wishers of Bharatiya Kala Samskriti, without whose blessings any of these events would not have been possible. Thank you very much once again. Please enjoy the performances. Namaste.
Our next guru has a legacy of tradition. Her grandfather, Sri Srinivasaya, was the Asthana Vidwan in the state of Mysore. She has fine-tuned, by years of practice and dedication, her vocal abilities. presenting Guru Srimati Saumya Shri's rendering. The rendering is a beautifully nuanced symbolism of the number 4. Guru Saumya has performed in concerts all over Karnataka and in the US. Having taught over 150 students, she also volunteers at Ishwa, teaching underprivileged kids at government schools. Presenting Guru Srimati Saumya Shri.
Namaste, I am Srinitya. I am learning music from Srimati Saumya Shri Rawat. I am very thankful to Bharatiya Kala Sanskriti and Vani Garu to give this opportunity to speak about Chaturmasa and Chaturmukha Brahma. Now, let us know about Chaturmasa. Chaturmas literally means 4 months, derived from the Sanskrit word Chatur means 4 and Masa means month. On the day of Ashada Shuddha Ekadasi, which is also known as Shayana Ekadasi, Sri Mahavishnu goes into Yoga Nidra and wakes up again on Kartika Shuddha Ekadasi, which is also known as Uttana Ekadasi. This 4-month period is called Chaturmasya. There are some stories behind Chaturmasya. Let us know about some of them. According to legends, King Mandhata of Surya dynasty was a noble and honest soul. He used to observe Ekadasi fasting with much devotion, particularly on Shayana Ekadasi day. But unfortunately, during a certain period, his kingdom had severe drought and many of his subjects and animals starved to death. To get rid of the situation and for the welfare of his people, the king observed Shayana Ekadasi fasting with much devotion, worshipped Lord Vishnu and thus got rid of the drought situation in his kingdom. According to another story, in Kritayuga, Murasura, a demon, did hard penance and was blessed by Lord Brahma. As always, the power-packed demon started his atrocities on all, including Devatas. When the Devatas sought Sri Mahavishnu for help, he fought with the demon for nearly 100 years and was fully exhausted. Lord Vishnu went to take rest in a cave when a lady emerged from his body. She fiercely fought with Murasura and thus killed him. Lord Vishnu was pleased with the lady and asked her to ask for boon. The lady, prostrated before Lord Vishnu, asked him to bless her with the name Ekadasi and to let her remain dear to Sri Mahavishnu. Thus, the first Ekadasi, that is Toli Ekadasi, was formed on this day. Chaturmasya can be practiced at all ashrams: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. That is, Brahmacharya means student, Grihastha means householder, Vanaprastha means retired and Sannyasa is renunciate. The Chaturmasya scripture is mainly about health. The norms to be followed during Chaturmasa are explained in a sloka. Eka bhukta madasya brahmacharya mahimsanam Bratacharya tapascharya kricha chandra yanadikam Deva puja mantra japo dase te niyamas pritaha. There are some do's and don'ts to be followed during Chaturmasa. These 4 months those who are practicing Chaturmasya should not cross the boundaries of the village where they live. It is necessary to bath at dawn during this period. During the fast, celibacy, solitary confinement, sleeping on the floor and non-violence should be observed. The mantra of the deity should be chanted literally. Any one Upanishad should be recited. Some chapters in the Bhagavad Gita need to be memorized. Doing yoga sadhana is auspicious. Now, let us know about Chaturmukha Brahma. Om Vedatmanaya Vidmahe Hiranyagarbhaya Dhimahi Tanno Brahma Prachodayat. Brahma. Brahma is one of the principal deities of Hinduism. He is referred to as Swayambhu, self-born, and is associated with creation, knowledge and Vedas. According to another story, Brahma was born in a lotus emerging from the navel of Vishnu. Brahma is traditionally depicted with 4 faces and 4 arms. Each face of his points to a cardinal direction. His hands hold no weapons, rather symbols of knowledge and creation. In one hand, he holds the sacred texts of Vedas. In second, he holds Mala, symbolizing time. In third, he holds a Shruva or Shrak, ladle types, symbolizing means to feed sacrificial fire. And in fourth, a Kamandalu, a utensil with water symbolizing the means where all creation emits from his 4 mouths, are credited with creating the 4 Vedas. Implying his sage-like, he is often depicted with a white beard, implying his sage-like experience. He sits on a lotus, dressed in white or red or pink with his vahana, Hansa, a swan or goose. Goddess Saraswati is generally mentioned as Brahma's wife, and she represents his creative energy as well as the knowledge which he possesses. According to the scriptures, Brahma created his children from his mind, and thus they are referred to as Manasaputra. Puranic legends mention various reasons. Let us know about the story of Brahma's curse. In the first pada of Shvetavaraha Kalpa, Brahma, who was born from the navel of Vishnu, due to superiority argued with Vishnu, and both fought for supremacy, making the Maheshwara to come in the form of a fire which glowed to infinity. By seeing the aggressive war between Brahma and Vishnu, all the Devatas, Rishis and others approached God Shiva. The war went so aggressive that it started to destroy the world, and Astra Shastras used by Brahma and Vishnu were so powerful that only fire can take all those and dissolve the destruction into it. So God Shiva in form of Agnistambha stood in the form of Agnistambha between both of them. All the hardcore dangerous weapons used by Brahma and Vishnu got dissolved into fire and became ashes. Both of them forgot their fight and started to think about this Agnistambha which came in between and dissolved their weapons into ashes. So both united and decided to go in 2 directions to know the start and end of the Agnistambha. Brahma as swan went upwards and Vishnu in the form of wild boar went downwards. Neither of them found the start nor the end, even after travelling a long distance. In the meantime, Brahma found a flower named Ketaki. Both had confronted to each other and decided to lie that they found the start of the Agnistambha. And on the other side, Vishnu failed to identify the start and returned back with this certification. Vishnu didn't lie and agreed that he failed, whereas Brahma, showing the Ketaki flower as evidence, told lie. To punish Brahma who is lying, Maheshwara, who is in the form of Agnistambha, showed his original form and appreciated Vishnu for his truthfulness and cursed Brahma that he will not be worshipped on the earth, and also cursed Ketaki flower that you would not be a part of the spiritual celebration. And created Bhairava, a powerful energy, from his eyebrows and ordered him to punish Brahma. Upon the orders from Shiva, Bhairava cut one of the head out of the 5 heads of Brahma for lying, and while cutting the other heads also, Brahma begged Shiva to excuse or apologize him. Even Vishnu pleaded to excuse Brahma as he already lost 1 head out of the 5, so he got punished. Now he can be excused. Shiva, who is always soft to his devotees, told Bhairava to hold and cursed him that he would be praised on earth as he used lying, which is a wrong path, to show his supremacy. Very few temples in India are primarily dedicated to Brahma, to Lord Brahma and his worship. The most prominent Hindu temple for Brahma is the Brahma temple in Pushkar. Brahma temples are found outside of India, such as the Phravan Shrine in Bangkok. Thank you.